Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Welcome back, everyone. You guys already know who this is. This is your boy, Mr. Yee, and we're here. We're funky fresh. You know what I mean? We're live and direct. It's going down. We're back. It's Friday night, and it's Black Friday for a lot of people, and we've been away from the scene for a little bit, but now we're back, and it's a blessing doing what we do, and we bring you guys this content, and we ask that you guys support the movement, respect every all of our guests, respect everything that's a part of the show, and hit that like and subscribe button. And it's been a beautiful year. We're almost at the end of it, and a lot of us are occupied doing what we do, but we make time to bring you guys this content. And Mr. Yee is here. We're back. We have a special guest. uh, uh he operates out of the 916, Rockland, California, that highway you get on before you get to Reno. And he's a great guy, Junk Punk. You probably seen him all over social media. You know what I mean? That's how I caught him on social media. And he's from the big Sacramento County. You know what I mean? And Rainer's his name. Junk Punk is his game. And let's bring him on. You know what I mean? Let's do this. Let's go. What's up, my man?
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got you live and direct, and you're on the Yeeeee show, my man. So how's
Thank
everything
you.
going?
Doing well, man. Thank you. Hi, everybody, and thanks for being here. If there is anybody here,
You
but that was an amazing intro, man. Thank you. I actually really enjoyed that intro.
it takes it didn't come overnight. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean? It took a little time to get there, but once I got there and started to really get it in, it just comes natural now.
amazing,
You know,
amazing.
so,
Taking notes
so
already.
yeah, yeah. We all learn things. We all take things out of people's stew and put it in your own recipe.
Love
So,
that. I love that.
every time I talk to somebody, I interview somebody, or I just talk to somebody, I read them and I take something from that conversation and put it into my own recipe, my own stew, and it actually helps me. You know what I mean? So Rainer,
Mhm.
what's going on with Junk Punk? Let everybody know what's your story, where you come out of, and how, you know what I mean, you became to be, Junk Punk.
Sure, sure. Well, thanks again for the intro. Like I said, that was fantastic. That intro was amazing. It's been a little while since I've done anything online, live. But we'll to get into that later if we had time. But to tell
Hmm.
the origin of junk pong, it definitely requires me to be upfront and honest
Yeah.
about who I am. And
Hmm.
so I'm a recovered alcoholic for about 3.8 years. If you get well, 3.5, a little over years. So it's been quite the struggle, quite the journey. There's ups and downs. There's brights and dimming areas of who I am. Luckily, I'm still married to my wonderful wife. She's fantastic. She's working right now, killing it over at her restaurant in Folsom. I'm sure she's probably taking a beating right now with all the Black Friday folks coming in to eat. So,
Yeah.
um, anyways, I am Rainer, and my full name is Rainer Branham. My company name is Junk Punk, and we service Rockland area, Roseville, Lincoln, Auburn, um, Loomis, a few other places, maybe even Granite Bay.
Hmm.
So yeah,
It's a
with
big
that,
t-
I it's a
it's
big area.
it's a big territory. It's
It's a
you,
huge
and
territory.
you have a lot of haulers in your area. You go down the
Yeah.
street, you have a lot of haulers. Or it's a big pond. It's a
Yes.
very big pond, and you have to be very unique, and you have to be an alligator.
Yeah. Good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So thank you for sharing that with us. And it's not easy, but a lot of people don't admit to these type of things, or want people to know their story. But
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing, and the life lessons that the man upstairs throws at us. You
Yep.
know,
Amen, man.
absolutely, and
Thank you.
and it's how you rebound from it.
Yep.
So it's never too late for a second chance or a third chance or a fourth chance. It's never too late. Just repent and he will listen, and let him be your compass and let him guide you.
That's
Hello.
wonderful.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I
so
agree.
so 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 how long have you been doing junk removal now?
I'm a newbie, man. I'm a year in. Like I'd say a year solid. I started legally. I started articles origination and the business name, and I think May of last year.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going in 26. Okay, so yeah, about May of last year. I think I started the idea in January. January is when I woke up and I started watching Sonoma Strong hauling on YouTube. How I came about that, I have no idea. But when I found it, I was like, boom, this is great. I love it. The story, the journey. I relate to Matt because Matt is a recovered alcoholic as well. I love their story. Matt and Joni. I got to meet him at the Mindset Matters event back in February, so I got to learn a little bit more about them when they spoke on stage. But it started in January. I was cuddled up in my bed, actually just across from me, and I was just kind of cuddled up, having a little coffee every day, ready to go on the adventure with Sonoma Strong. And I just loved it. I always loved just working hard, just physical hard work. I always seem to excel in that department. Like um, sports wise, growing up, we had a great block. So we had a lot of kids play football, baseball, hockey. We play everything. And then you go out and you play, competitively. And so that's why I like to be, out and about. That's why I chose junk removal. But watching the story and then kind of cross pollinating with my timing of, getting back on my feet, that was, I guess, less than 2 years of being sober, which is still relatively new.
I think a lot of people don't realize that
Yeah.
you don't pick your profession picks you.
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting note. I didn't really believe it until I started my business. I didn't believe that notion, but you're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I said, "Hey, how can I stop overtime? How can I learn to do something else?" And all of a sudden, on my algorithm, here comes Sonoma Strong, Matt
Yeah,
and JoJo, and I said, "Wow!" And then ever since I seen that first video, I said, "Man, I could do that." I said, "I want to be better than that. I want to be better than them," and that's just the
everybody says that. Yeah,
yeah. And I
yeah,
think I'm probably one of the only persons who's told Matt that to his face. And you know what I
yeah.
mean? Joke.
Hey, he's a big guy too. So I
Oh,
mean,
man, that's 6'6", I think 6'4" or something like
I'd
that.
say at
Six.
least, at least. I sit
Yeah,
next to him. I was like, okay.
yeah. I've been on a boat with him, and
Oh, for
you're on
real?
a,
Okay.
you're just like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You're just easy. But you know what? I think he seems like that, but the guy is full of knowledge, and the guy, is a big teddy bear.
Yeah.
And ever since I met him, and Joni too, and they're just very good people. And the Julio, they're just very, very good people, down to earth. And I just talked to Julio yesterday, and we go back and forth all the time, and it's just a blessing. And
Oh,
whenever I
that's
need
cool.
Matt, he's always there too. But so you start your business. So what did we get when we first started it? What did you do?
Oh, you're talking about before I started junk removal?
No, that's the past now.
Yeah.
So when you decided you wanted to do junk removal,
Yeah.
what did you have to get before you start making it real deal now?
Oh,
As equipment and what you started with the business.
yeah, of course. I I had actually what I had just gotten the we call it the War Fox. I have three trucks. Um, they are kind of kind of stumbled into the punk force punk. So I made up a name for it, punk force motor corps or whatever. But
Hmm.
the War Fox is the main machine. That is the Nissan Titan, and the Titan came from my pops. My pops had passed in 23, and that was his truck. And I think somewhere along the line, I had mentioned to him I'd always wanted a truck, and he took really good care of it. And when he had passed, my mom had let me know that he wanted to give me that truck. And so that was in January. Yeah, that was in January. And then I'm watching Sonoma Strong around maybe the same month, maybe the end of the month, and And I'm thinking, this might be it because, they say, hey, you just need a truck. You just need a truck to start with. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I got that and it's nothing new, because it's got over 200,000 miles. So I'm thinking this could be it. And I'm going through my mind like, okay, decals and all this and that. It still has some good paint on it. And if anybody knows anything about Nissan Titans, I have an '06. Those suckers are fast and they're fun. They're really sporty and they can
Yeah,
tow. They can tow really good and they're really undervalued, underappreciated, but
a lot of torque.
a lot of torque. Yeah. And so I got that. Um, and I thought, okay, this might be the right timing, right? Because there's recovering from alcohol. Unfortunately, my dad passed, which I mean, today just it breaks my heart.
Yeah,
But I have him with me now every day, every junk haul, every find, every flip. I'm about to get emotional, but it is the truth. So when you
yeah.
think about that, yeah, you put it all together, and I'm thinking this. That's where everything kind of sinks in for me. I just turned 40, and I'm not a very religious person, but when signs hit you, they seem to just hit you
It's
flat out and hard.
that's the
Yeah,
Holy Spirit that hits you. That
yeah,
takes over your soul and allows you to show emotions.
yeah,
And our Lord, he wept for many days. He wept all the time. Real men cry, and it's
yeah,
okay. And it's okay. Trust me.
absolutely.
It's nothing wrong with showing emotion, especially when you're a business owner now.
Yeah.
So we got the truck. Did we put walls on it, or what do we do?
No walls, no walls. I worked with whatever the bed is, like 5 by 6 feet long.
Yeah.
So 5 across, 6 foot long, and you can get quite a bit in there.
Mm.
I started with that. I didn't have even to this day, I don't have walls on it, but I was using I was just going for it. I was like, started with fridges. I started with stuff that, wasn't like green waste or paper stuff that was going to fly out. When I started doing jobs that required that, I ended up going to Amazon. I bought a net, like a cargo net that would pretty much cover the entire bed.
So, did you go to the Mindfest meeting first before you did all this, or was that the first step? Maybe the mindset meeting where you met other people and felt like, okay, I could do this.
Yeah. So that was this year. So
Yeah,
this
Matt
so
Fitch.
that would have been a year before that, but this was the kicker. The mindset matters because I was getting online and I haven't even met you yet, Rudy. And I thought I knew Sonoma Sean. I knew they were going to be there. Matt Fitch was hosting the event. There were going to be some other awesome people. I met Jamie from Moving Forward Clean Out. She's a wonderful
I
individual.
was I was offered to go. I was offered to go, and
Oh man, I would love
I
to meet
was
you.
I was this close from going to Texas because of the fishing and the other events that were going to be part of it. So I
Yeah.
was this close from going
Oh,
just to
oh.
show my face. You
Yep,
know.
yep, that would have been good, man. Because it
Yeah.
wasn't a huge, it wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. I mean, it was in a grand uh, venue. It was beautiful, but there was really not that many people, so it was intimate. Great speakers, but when that happened, it was kind of like the chronological order of okay, this is junk bond. I got sober. I got this truck. Okay. And so I'm thinking, well, I've got the bare necessity to get started and let's get serious about this. I told my wife, we're already a LLC. I followed all the tutorials online on how to get that started. And um, I got that rolling. And then, hey, why not go to this business networking convention and learn some good stuff from the top people that I started watching? That got me all, excited and pumped about doing this. So
Yeah,
went
no
there,
doubt.
fell in line. It just was like boom, boom, boom. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I was like
It's
begging my wife to go with me, and she did.
it's the power. It's the power of when you meet someone in person
Mm.
and you hear their voice, and just for them to give you a few seconds and talk to you, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like when you meet someone in person than when you see them on social media, or you just talk to them over the phone. But when you meet somebody and you interact with that person, it's nothing like it. It just takes over you.
Yeah,
That's the power I've seen and learned when people talk to me, and when they meet me and they see me in real life, they just recognize that I'm a real guy like them. I'm a normal guy. I'm a normal guy like them, and
yeah,
and it's
yeah,
just it's just a blessing, you know.
yeah. I
So
agree.
so we go there, and then we already got the truck. Now you decide, okay, I could do this. You know, I'm in a building with Matt. Probably, I think Andrew was there. Other
Yep.
guys were there, and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm seeing these guys all over the YouTube world and social media, and like, you know, wait a minute, I could do this. You get back to Rockland where you're at, and you what's the next step?
Oh man. That's a really good question. I was trying to prepare for some of these
No.
questions, but this is you got me here.
Yeah, we're going
So
deep.
yeah, yeah. So I did meet both Matt and Joni. Joni was super sweet. She came over and talked to my wife because we were at a table um, with another hauler. She's fantastic. Flaming Bear junk removal. Wonderful. We spent a lot of time um, at that table, just my wife and another haul and her, and then and then Joni came over and spoke with us in between speeches, and then we got to talk to Matt later on, like after everything was after they went on stage and spoken.
Yeah, yeah,
So I met Andrew for a couple seconds. He's like, you know, I want to answer a lot of questions, but you know, there's a lot going on. So
yeah,
he was real open about, hey, you know, message me afterwards and we can talk, or we'll talk after everything's done. Because it was a whole like show that went on. There was like games going on. We were trying to hook trailers up and go around the parking lot, see who would win. And you might have known about it. You shaking your head like you might have
yeah.
seen it, but
I,
I
I've
feel,
I don't have to be there, but I was there.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And okay, so I'll try. I'm divergent from your question, but
It's okay.
when I got back,
We're back. We just got back. You're like
yeah,
on this high. You're on this natural
big
high
one.
of you and your wife coming back. Like, babe, it just got real.
Yep.
You come back. You already have the truck. Now you're saying, okay, you already have an LLC.
Mhm.
Now what? Now what do you start doing?
Okay, so I think okay, so I had magnets made. I actually have them right here. I had magnets made. I had some coasters because I want to, you know, hand them out to people and try to say, hey, look, I want to be a part of this awesome group and all the discussion stuff, and try to let them know who Junk Punk was. And I got to give one to most of the guys there, the big names. But when we got back, I think, man, I think it was just like, let's get all the advertising taken care of now that we believe in ourselves, now that we've met, you know, these amazing individuals that are top of the game, and you know, they're teaching so many people. Came back and just said, hey, look, let's get everything in order. I've got the LLC, I've got the truck, but that's all we have, and there's still a lot more, you know, to the people understanding who we are and where we're at. Like I got to build my Google business page. I got to work on socials, you know, because at that time I don't even think I was getting in front of the camera
Yeah.
very much because I like to do a lot of art. So I do a lot of graphic design, and I was just making, you know, graphic art that relates to junk punk, but not getting in front of the camera and just being raw.
Mhm.
So I think it
Mhm.
was more of just using that confidence I gained from the Mindset Matters and coming back and saying, this is who I am. If that's who they are, this is who I am.
So did you already have a GMB?
Uh, I don't, I don't know if I did honestly because it was in February. If I did, it was really bleak. Just really, it needed a lot of help. I
So
don't know anything about it.
so you're back now. You're back now in your hood. You're back now. So
Yeah.
how did you tell yourself, okay, I got this knowledge in my head. How do I use it now? How do I get my brand, my business name in this area? Because Rockland is big, and all those other cities, Placer County, is huge, and
Hmm.
you have multimillionaires out there, big
Yeah.
money. So
Yeah.
how did you say, okay, babe, let's do this? Did we do a Facebook? Did we do what did we? Let's go from there.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So,
Hello.
we did a couple of cleanouts right after and then right before as well that were pretty significant. We did a huge clean out in Auburn, and we did these like very community famous sculptures. We did it was a doctor, like a MD, dental doctor, and he had a studio combined with his office. And so I got it was weird how it happened, but I got the fortunate opportunity to go in there, clean up. It was his studio, but it was pretty much abandoned. I mean, he had passed away, and it had been many years since it had been worked on. So their realtors are in the process of selling the property. But anyways, it's on my Instagram. I think it's the first video. If you go on Junk Punk on Instagram, let us punk your junk. Junk Punk, let us punk your junk. And so we done a couple big projects, and we got back. I was like, we have a lot of golf courses, and like immediately behind us, we have, I think we have like 4 in our area. One in Auburn, which is the big one. One in our backyard, right, literally not even a mile behind us. Whitney Oaks Golf Club. You got the Lincoln Golf Club, and there's Granite Bay. I mean, we're surrounded. Huge, huge communities, huge towns, and
So
when,
did
when
you did
yeah.
you did you go inside of these golf courses and meet with management, or did you introduce yourself, or how did your first clients find you?
Oh, that's a good. I mean, there's 2 parts to that. So,
Hey.
I fortunately have I have a workout group that I do. It's called F3. Yeah, and you have to stay busy if you're an alcoholic. I mean, to anybody out there struggling or thinking about getting, you have to stay busy. That's another big thing why I started drunk removal. You're gonna stay busy because you're this hat, that hat, this hat, that hat. But I was ready for it. That's why I made the decision at 36. Let's go. Let's get serious about life. I got a 16-year-old son right now. I don't have a lot of time to be screwing around and let him see me not progressing and doing things right.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You
when I
wasted
came
enough
back,
time.
the golf course, I have a friend through the workout network F3 that got me into our Whitney Oaks Golf Club right behind us. And he asked if I could help volunteer. So all I did was get in a golf cart, and I was literally caddying folks to their hole. They were they were sponsoring, their yearly or quarterly or whatever, however they do it, um, golf tournament. And I just literally showed up. I had no knowledge of the golf course. I've never been on it. I don't even remember the last time I drove a golf cart, but it was pretty rad. It had like a nice touch screen. It tells you how to get to each hole, how to navigate the whole course. So basically, I meet people. They hop in. I had the business cards with me, so I had them just tucked right in the little cubby hole. I can give them to people and talk about
Yeah,
junk punk
yeah, yeah.
while I take them to their hole. So it was free
Mhm.
exposure on that part. And yeah, it was a whole day, but um, yeah. And then my wife also works with a pizza place here.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, they have several locations within Sacramento and Folsom and here and Roseville. But so they did an event over at Lincoln Golf Course, and I got in and I got to help bring in some of their stuff for the hole. And so I was meeting people that way. I take every opportunity I can to just.
Yeah. So
I
what's
mean,
your
I'm a
wife
talker.
what's your wife's name?
Kenzie. Mhm.
Kenzie, what's
Yeah,
up? What's up, Kenzie from the
she'll love that.
Yee. You're supposed to be on the show, but don't worry, you can catch this later on. You are the other side of Junk Punk. So
Yeah.
don't you know what I mean? You guys are a duo, but I'm sure that you represent the heck out of this business when you're at work, telling all the clients, telling people referrals. I'm sure you probably market better than him a little bit on some things.
An angel. Absolutely. You're dead on. Dead on. So she does serving, she does managing, but mostly where she makes her money is serving. And she probably is like flipping around her checkbook, which has the junk punk,
Yeah,
business card and some
stickers,
stickers.
uh-huh.
Yeah. So what's
S-
that?
So now you're putting your name out there. You're putting your name out there. You're doing local events. You're volunteering your time, which is smart. You volunteer. You be around people because a lot of people don't realize that for for you to get your name out there, you have to be around a lot of people
A lot.
and you have to network with a lot of people and you're doing that now. So now what's next?
So it I think my biggest upside was just getting on Instagram and just saying, screw it. I'm going to go after the big accounts and I'm just going to shoot messages here and there. I'm just going to boom, 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 and just ask humbly, like, hey, my name's Rainer. I run a small junk removal company in Rockland. At this time, I was starting to pitch my side business, which is called Porch Punks. So I keep it in the punk family, junk punk, and then porch punks. Porch punks, we swoop in for Halloween and we decorate the porches for the clients, all kinds of different elements. But
Yeah.
so I was just DMing big accounts that had 6,000, 10,000 or more followers and just saying, hey, this is what I'm about. So I got on a bigger page, 2 community big pages. One was Experience Rockland, which is my hometown. A really good following, really, really strong following there. and she offered to advertise me at no cost, put me on there, and I made my old flyers for Porch Punks, and it was an idea just came out like at midnight, and I thought I need to get up and work on this. So, anyways, I did Experience Rockland, and I also went after and tagged Explore Auburn, and that was a really big account, and I almost got an amazing job just by DMing that individual because I also have that on the Instagram where there's a big mansion. I'm taking a video, and I'm trying to offer porch pumps to see if I can decorate the whole mansion because it's like they do lighting and sound, everything smart home like lighting, sounds, and I thought this would be perfect to blow up porch punks. I mean, I'm kind of like using the cheat code to get in and say, I don't even have experience. I haven't done anybody's porch yet, and I was like, let's do it. I'm willing to do it if you guys are okay with that. And I met the author of that account, Explore Auburn. He's like, this is a great idea. I have some people I want to connect you with in the city, maybe even City Hall. And I thought, what? You know, I just DM'd him and gave it a shot. And
Mhm.
so that's another way, you know, just trying to be a little bit brave and go after. And people like that. You know,
Yeah,
you go
no
after
doubt.
their accounts, they really respond and they respect that you're a grinder, you're a hustler. Everybody starts at some point. So
So, did you build your own website, or did you have a website, or you just like I have to have a website now? So, how did you go on that?
website I had done with a guy through the Workout Network, F3, and he's a good buddy. So we agreed on $800 cash. He's a professional developer, so we agreed on $800 cash and $800 of junk removal,
Oh
right?
wow.
Because I don't have a lot of money, so
Yeah, you
and
can
he knows that,
barter. Yeah, you can
right?
barter.
Yeah,
You can barter.
yeah, and that was his idea, so that's how you know he's a good friend.
Hmm.
He did that, and I loved it. I loved the website he did. We still have a lot of work to do on it, but I ended up doing
So
his junk removal, which
no,
exceeded $800, but I never told
yeah,
him.
there's no problem. If anybody needs help with a website, you can always reach out to William Jones at Rank Fortress, who I work with, who has restructured my whole website and rebranded my whole website. If anybody needs help on that, go ahead, my brother.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of capital when I started. You know,
Yeah,
I think that's one thing I didn't tell anybody that's watching us right now is, oh man, I started with maybe a couple $1,000s in savings, and I
that's
mean, if I'm being honest, like I have student loans, so that money isn't really mine
yeah,
because I used to be an art student in San Francisco, and I racked up some pretty hefty loans over
yeah.
at the Academy of Art. So that's when you go on the page, you'll see I have a lot of
Some of the
crazy stuff going on.
some of the biggest graffiti artists in San Francisco have came out of the San Francisco Academy of Art.
Oh, yeah,
S- s-
I don't
Wi-
doubt it, man.
McGee. There's a guy named his last name is McGee,
Okay.
and he's a big guy in San Francisco with graffiti. His name was Twister, and
Oh,
he was part of the San Francisco Academy of Art.
no
And
way.
yeah, yeah,
Not
oh
many people
yeah,
know that. They usually think of the Art Institute because
yeah,
the Academy is a private
yeah.
school,
Well,
and
I'm
they're,
born
they're
and I'm born and raised in San Francisco, so I know all
oh,
about it.
that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
born.
Okay.
So,
Well,
so basically, now you're like, okay, you got a website. You adapted. I love the symbol. Is that like a Star Fox from Nintendo? Is that almost the same?
you know, it's very close. I was
Yeah,
just roaming the internet for a Fox logo, and I think it took me like less than 5 minutes.
yeah.
I'd seen something similar. It was a geometric fox, and of
Okay.
course, anything like as an art student, everything I do has to be different. It has
Yeah,
to have
yeah,
its own flavor, its own origin, the
yeah.
story, all that stuff. So I found the fox. I redrew it because I'm a graphic designer as well, and I went to
Hmm.
school for sculpting. So you can imagine that's why I ended up with a lot of loans and no job. But as a graphic design artist, I looked at it and I go, "Oh, there's a geometric fox," and I just kind of
Yeah,
contorted a little bit, and I drew
yeah.
the what are the whiskers and pointed
Hmm.
ears. I added a
Hmm.
little bit more to it, and that's it. And I just put some those eyes.
Yeah,
Those eyes are
uh,
the
a lot of straight lines. People don't
yeah.
realize drafting is a lot of straight lines. And when I was in high school, drafting came into. Now we're doing drafting. I said, it was like I was trying. It was like they were trying to teach me Korean. And I was like, "Oh, no, no, we're still on. I thought we were on number munchers. I thought we were still on, the Oregon Trails. What is all? What
Which
are we
is a good
doing?"
game. Did you ever play
Yeah,
Oregon Trail
yeah.
back in the day on the
That's
computer?
that's my era. That's my
Oh
era.
yeah.
People don't
Hey,
realize.
props.
People don't realize my age. But I'm 48 years old.
Yeah, it's not that
And
far ahead.
yeah, and those are I remember in 8th grade when Apple came out.
Yeah.
Apple rebranded and came out with the color screens now and the color monitors, and it was like, whoa, but that's I
Yeah, I
mean,
don't
where
think we
yeah,
didn't have
that's
any apples. I think
uh-huh.
it was IBM. IBM was huge.
So now we're cooking. Now we're
Yeah.
cooking and we're getting jobs now, right?
Slowly but steadily, but like big jobs. It was weird because I'm not going door to door. I'm not putting even my door hangers up. I'm just DMing,
Hmm.
and then I'm using the connections I have. So I
Yeah.
have like realtor connections, which is how I got the Auburn job. It'll be the first one you see if you go into Junk Punk. Let us punk your
Hmm.
junk Instagram. I left it there purposely, so I
Yeah.
knew I would reference that story here. So I have that and another couple really big clean outs. I did a state
Hmm.
clean out, and then next door was a attic clean out where I found Gucci bags
Hmm.
and a lot of other stuff that the homeowner didn't know about. And then
So
yeah,
now we get our first clean out, right? We get our first big job. We get our first clean out. So
yeah,
how does Junk Punk tackle this with just a Nissan truck?
that's it.
What did it take for you to say, okay, babe, we can do this job, but this is what it's going to take for us to do it?
Oh, I honestly didn't even have that conversation with her. I
Mhm.
went at it. I took the War Fox, which is the Nissan Titan, and we went at it. I said, however many trips it takes is fine because I know I'm going to get the trailer. So let's just do it. If it takes 30 trips to get this whole job done, we're going to do 30 trips. The
Yeah.
benefit of that was that the our local dump was less than 3 miles away from those jobs.
Yeah.
So it allowed me to fill up as much as I could in the Titan or the War Fox without the walls, just packed all the way to the brim, and then shoving makeshifting these little wedges in there so nothing would fall out, and then a net, and that was it. And just I probably did in that state clean out alone, I probably did like close to 10 trips,
Wow.
full bed. But I found
Yeah.
amazing things in there, amazing things.
Yeah, that's one part of junk removal is that the fines that we get. Before we go any further, let's give a shout out to See It Gone Junk Removal Cisco right here. He's out of the 9162 and he's right here shouting everybody out. What's up, guys? And he supports the movement. Just want to give him a, you know what I mean, a toodaloo. And okay, so we got that done. What are the dump fees in your area? Or have they went up?
They slightly went up. I mean, by slightly, very, very slightly. So we're at 106 a ton.
Ooh, yeah,
Mixed ton. It's a bit. It's a bit.
yeah.
That's
What
that's per tonnage.
What about like mattresses or tires or if you or appliances?
Oh, that's a good one. So Western Placer Waste Management Authority, WPWMA is what I use. So it's based out of Lincoln, right behind Thunder Valley Casino. And that's when I started, mattresses were free, up to four. You could take four mattresses, box springs, combination, whatever, no charge, if you're a resident. However, the War Fox has the fox on it, and I think after the second or third round, they started charging me. I was like, all right, this
Yeah.
is cool, and I was telling my clients, you know, I can take that for minimal amount, and I'm thinking as a bargaining chip to get more clean out done, but they ended up charging me later on. It was I think it was like I don't know, 25 to 30 bucks per mattress
Oh wow.
without a trailer. That's just without a trailer. Now, if you throw that in a trailer, you have 10 mattresses. It's just going by weight,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
so
Nice,
it's
nice.
more cost effective. Yeah,
Yeah, at our landfill, I remember when I first started, we were I think $70 a ton,
yeah,
and mattresses are free. Everything, throw it all. Take. We can dump anything. We got tires there. We everything, oil, hazard. What we can dump everything except for like paint and stuff. But
yeah. Okay,
we've gradually went
nice.
up. We gradually went up to $90 a ton now,
Okay,
which which is still not bad. But Mr. Yee is the camel hump guy. So I load my trailers up, and sometimes I'm an average of a ton and a half. And
Okay.
but so now we're cooking. We're a few months in now.
Yeah.
So what's next now?
Um, I think it got slow. That was during the spring heading into summer
Hmm.
time. And, again, I'm brand new. I just got started as an LLC. And
So what
so,
made you? What made you say LLC from so per provider, or what made you make that decision?
oh, I knew we were going to be a legitimate business, and there was just no other reason to start a business, because the goal is have something, build it up for my son. That's what everybody, anticipates when you start a business. If you have somebody to hand it off to, that's ideally what you want to do. So I just told my wife, like, and it's also a way of showing my wife, this is to get on the more sentimental side, to show my wife that I was serious about recovery. So if I'm taking my recovery serious, then I should take myself serious, right? And that means brand up, do legitimately, and you know, yeah, basically.
Yeah,
So I think it was just showing my wife that I was serious about junk punk,
yeah, yeah.
and everybody
Sometimes
else, of course, but first and foremost, the person who is
your partner,
my
yeah,
partner. Yeah,
your partner, your right hand. You know what I mean?
yeah,
When you guys come together, you are flesh now. And
absolutely.
and you walk your own path, and you don't leave everybody else behind, but now you're one flesh, and
Yeah,
it's all about you and your household.
you
So
you
yeah.
know, yeah, which is
So
absolutely true. I apologize. On that note, I don't think we really came closer to each other until junk punk.
yeah,
Because it's like, you got my back, I got your back, we're ride or die. If I'm hurting this month and I can't get any jobs, well, I'm gonna pull doubles and make sure that we get
yeah,
all the storage fees, the trailer, which is $400 a month, over $400 a month.
yeah.
I have another truck, which is the F-150, it's another $600 a month. So it goes on and on, insurance, all that.
Hmm.
So
I,
that's when it's
I
like, wow.
I think maybe when you made that decision, you showed her a lot of matureness after going through your other path,
Mhm.
and it probably made everything a lot better for your relationship, and everything got so much better when you did that.
Yeah, I think so. It was still really, it was a lot of struggle. There's a
Of
lot of,
course.
when you get sober, it doesn't mean everything's good. It doesn't. So if you're on that path, or if you're about to head down there, which I do highly encourage you to do. And also, I'm open. If anyone wants to message me on my Instagram, please do. I would help in any way I can with starting your journey with alcohol recovery. But
Yeah.
yeah, so it, it's hard. It's hard, but it gets easier. But then the real stuff, the beauty of life starts to amalgamate, and it's like, okay, I've been married 17 years. We have a 16-year-old. I played
Congratulations.
around. I messed around. I did my thing. Okay, at 36, but now, unfortunately, I'm ready to get serious and show
Yeah,
you guys
well,
what I got.
you never know. You might be having a future group in your life where you can start a group for, you know what I mean, the junk removal business and addiction. And and you can just start a group, and you'll be surprised who will relate to you and filter to you and say, "Hey, man, I dealt with the same thing." And you might get one of the biggest brothers in junk removal, like a Matt, to come through and say, "Hey, man, I support the situation too." And you can start a group there, and you'd be surprised. I'm just trying to throw a little thing your way that
Oh, I love it.
you know what I
I'm
mean.
loving
That that you can start that, and you'd be surprised. And you guys can have outings, group things, and you go discussions, and because people go through these triggers every day in their mind. There's so many triggers when you see things and you go through things, especially when you go in these junk mover houses and we find alcohol, we find paraphernalia, we
all the
find
time.
we find everything.
Hmm.
So you'd be surprised what kind of group that you can start that can help you with that, and you can help others too.
It's already in the plans, bro. It is
Yeah,
already in the
yeah.
plans.
Yeah. So now we're cooking, and we got a truck. So you're like, okay, well, you know what? This truck is we gotta do something different.
Yeah.
What's after what now?
Um, I had the Ford. We call the Ford the Hall Father. They all have names.
Hmm.
I had the Ford. I had the Ford before I got the Titan, and I thought we have two trucks, but these jobs we're getting, especially that Auburn cleanout, were tremendous. And we have to get this trailer. It's out of our budget, and we don't have the money to just buy one outright. So we had to get creative with financing and look around our finances to try to open up a little bit of space so we can afford that. But we knew if we could get it, we could we could cover the expenses much easier, and we'd probably definitely be it'd be easier to pay it off, and we'd be making more money. So it was
Mhm,
definitely like, hey, let's go get this trailer, and we bought it new from Lodi Trailers Plus. I went down
mhm,
there, and I was there for a little while, negotiating, trying to figure out. I'm like, I kind of just got on my knees and begged. I'm like, hey, listen, I don't have anything, but I will haul for you. Like, I'll break anything out of my trick bag.
mhm,
I'll haul for you if you can just vouch for me, tell your finance manager or whatever. So that was the premise. Just get the trailer, get it hooked
mhm.
up.
Yeah,
I don't know how to drive a trailer. I don't even know how to hook it up.
yeah.
Who cares? That's punk. So if you don't know, figure it out. We're gonna get it.
Yeah. I purchased all my trailers at the trailer specialist in Lodi. And
Okay.
if anybody wants to go to Lodi, Amco, I think Amico County, Amico City or something like that.
Hmm.
If you guys want to go out there, make sure you guys tell them Mr. Yee sent you, and you guys will get a little bit of a discount with Mr.
Oh,
Yee's trailer specialist. Just tell them Mr. Yee sent you, because that's where I get all
there you
my
go.
trailers, and they work on my trailers too. I drive all the way back out there and have them work on my trailers, whatever I need. Because I had a problem with one of my telescope hydraulics, the lift, and
Okay.
they fixed everything for me, and made it happen. And once I arrived, a few times, and then all of a sudden, here comes the back crew, the guys who do the maintenance in the back in the warehouse and everything, all the
Okay.
welding. They all run out here and say, hey, that's Mr. Yee right there. We see that guy on you. That's Mr. Yee. And I said,
Yeah,
that's me.
buddy.
You know what I mean? I said, that's me. And then the number one salesman was like, is that right? I said, yeah, man, I make things happen. I make a video right now, and trust me, we're gonna get some sales. So,
That's killer. I did not have that angle, and I wish I
yeah.
knew you because I love that discount right then.
Yeah, yeah. So, I
Yeah.
was able to meet the owners and
Okay.
and management and the salesman, everybody. I was a superstar in the office, and they were just like, I come with my shirts and stuff, Mr. Yee on the back, and they were like, man, he's real deal. And then all the maintenance guys come from the warehouse, like, no, can I take a picture with him? I said, yeah, it's all good, man. And it's just amazing. It's just amazing, the power of being a voice, and having a voice in junk removal, because I didn't realize how big my voice is in junk removal until someone who was at the junk expo, and this person was a speaker,
Okay.
and he called me and said, hey, Mr. Yee, bro, what's going on? And because I didn't make the junk expo, but this person reached out to me and said, hey, Mr. Yee, bro, you work so hard to create your brand and your voice. What the heck is wrong with you? You're not here. And it really hit me so hard, where I was emotional, and it was like, man, I am a voice in junk removal. It's like I'm the steward of junk removal. So I was like,
Yeah.
wow. And
I believe that. I believe that. I get that vibe from you 100%.
yeah. And
Yep.
that's why we're here talking to you. And so now we got a trailer. So what did we do with the trailer? Did we put the logos on it? Did we put the logos on the truck? What do we do?
Okay, so the trailer right now still doesn't have the logos that I would desire to have on there. I do have the truck with the official logos on there. Um, all I did was I watched a couple YouTube videos on how to wrap a vehicle because I have a buddy who specializes in vehicle wrapping, but I just couldn't afford him. It was
Yeah.
$5,300 to wrap the Titan,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
was like, wish I could, but like that's my dump trailer money right there.
Yeah.
So I went on YouTube, watched a couple of videos, and I thought I'll give it a shot. So I went on Amazon and bought some wrap, vehicle
Yeah.
wrap, and I just went into my mother-in-law's garage and I went at it with a heat gun and just
Yeah. Yeah.
slowly and pulled it
It,
back and then
it,
heat and it was a process, but with $400, I got the whole vehicle wrap. And then I had my buddy who professionally does vehicle wrapping. He did
yeah.
the Junk Punk logo,
Oh
and they
yeah.
look clean.
Yeah.
But I don't have anything on the trailer.
A lot of people ask me the same thing, and one of my first videos was me putting my logos on my trailers,
Ah,
and I did it myself. I
Okay.
went to YouTube University and I got with letters.com. That's letters.com. You guys can reach out to them. Make sure you tell them No Limit Hauling and Junk Removal sent you. You'll get a nice little discount too. Letters.com. And that's
Nice.
why I use. I measured all my trailer, all the spaces, the gaps, and I said, I just want this, and I said everything I want. And you can go on their website and you can make your own letters, how big you want them, the size, the type of lettering you want, and then colors, and they're UV, so these things do not fade.
Okay.
I mean, I've had my trailer almost 3 years now, and that thing does not fade and does not peel.
Yeah.
And I put all my own stickers on.
Yeah.
I measured everything,
It looks good.
leveled everything, and I wanted people when see I think a lot of times a lot of people make mistakes is that sometimes people put too much pride into it, and like people are going to relate more to junk removal than your big beautiful logo, because
Mm,
everybody will see this, but they won't know what this is. But if you put junk removal so big, which should be already so big, junk removal should be the number one thing, and then you could put on the bottom operated and powered by junk punk. That's a lot of people make that mistake, and that's what I tell people that anyways, I put my own letters on, and so now you got your letters on your
truck.
tray on your truck.
Truck. The trailer still it still needs that, but that's
It's
part
still
of
naked. It's
it's
still naked.
still trying to um
So basically, for my 14-foot trailer, I spent about $800 to $900 on all my lettering. So
wow,
letters.com
that's good.
is better than Amazon.
Oh,
They're
well,
they're American made. They're made here, and they ship them right out to you.
yeah.
And
The wrap.
peel and seal. There you go. Instead of when you go on Amazon, they're making it somewhere else in another
Yeah,
country. Then it's going to you. So
yeah, yeah.
but I recommend you visit letters.com,
I'm
and
down.
it'll be cheaper than you know I wouldn't even wrap my tray. I wouldn't even have wrapped my truck really now that I think about it, because my trailer is what everybody sees.
Huh.
Period.
Okay.
I get calls every day. I got a call today from someone who sent me some pictures of an old stove, a refrigerator, this, that, and they were like, "Yeah, we were behind you today, and we seen your trailer, and we seen all the logos and advertising."
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, your truck looks sick. It looks fantastic.
Oh, thank you, my brother. Thank you. I bought my truck before I even had junk removal. I just
Okay.
like I just was like I want a truck. Then when I went to the dealership, I ordered my truck. I built the truck, and I said I want this, I want that, I want this. And the truck is a diesel, and I added my airbags to it, which I kind of didn't need, but I did anyways. I lifted it, did all this stuff because I didn't do junk removal when I first got my truck.
Okay.
But here I am with a $90,000 truck doing junk removal, getting it dirty as dirt,
Mm,
and my truck is filthy. My truck is almost $100,000 truck,
yeah.
fully equipped,
Yep.
king cab, everything.
That drive me nuts.
Yeah, and my truck stays filthy, and just our land. We go to a landfill, so it's muddy, it's dirty.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And my truck just stays filthy. And when I bring it to the car wash, they have to run it twice.
Yeah.
They have to run it twice.
Yeah.
They charge me once, but they have to run it twice just to get all of that landfill mud off.
The mud.
And
The big
and
time
and
mud.
and I chose to wrap it the way I wanted it, but it's the trailer that's the superstar,
Yeah.
not the truck. And lately a lot of people have been seeing so many people do junk removal with a box truck.
hmm
And a lot of people are like, I don't need a dump truck.
There was three
Well,
people today at the landfill. I was like, because I was dropping off e-waste and my my son's truck doors because unfortunately they got hit, so I had to replace them. And four U-Hauls. They were probably 10 to 12 foot U-Hauls.
yeah.
Like like a convoy came in. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
and that's how people are doing it. I
So
know
a
that
lot
they're doing that because they have all mattresses in the back.
a lot of us get the dump trailers, right? Because first of all, we're programmed. We see all these videos, so we want a dump trailer.
Yeah.
It makes it easier. But for one, they're very expensive. For two, there's maintenance on them. For three, I think before you get a dump trailer, you need to work your way up to that. You need to work your way up until it's like, I need this, but I can still hand unload a truck
Hmm.
before you make that big purchase. Cause that thing is a big, big purchase where
Oh.
if it's not working, it's sitting. And
Hmm.
when those things are sitting, tires go low, batteries die, this, that, and it's just not making you money.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell a
Yeah.
lot of people, before you think about it, getting a dump trailer, think about getting a small truck or a long bed truck with some walls, or get a box truck and hand unload it. So you have a story to tell people. I started with a box truck and I hand unloaded that thing for 3 years.
Dang.
But but
Uh,
you can stuff so much in there.
hmm.
You can stuff so much in there where you're just like, I don't care how dirty it gets.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
See what I'm
I did everything I could to just stuff the Nissan. Like it was funny. I have pictures, but you get it done. I
so
got antsy.
so are we using any type of CRM now, or when you first started compared to now, or were you just like, when someone calls me, I put it on my notepad, or I put it on a whiteboard, or I got it on my phone, my notes, or my Google Calendar? How's this working?
I did everything on the phone, and I used two CRMs. I started off with one high level,
Hmm.
and that was through the realtor that I is a friend that of my network, which who gave me the Auburn job, but he let me be on his network with his CRM. So I did that, and then now I'm on Andrew Thompson's autopilot.
Okay, how's that working out for you?
I use both. Very good. I use both of them. They're both. I mean, Andrews is easier. High level has a lot of different features and functionalities to it. Very good, but like it's just easier and more simplified with autopilot. It seems like he keeps building more stuff to it, and he keeps enhancing it. So every time I log into it, I'm like, oh, there's something new that I want to go
A
play
new
with and check
feature,
out.
a new
Yeah,
feature.
yeah,
Hmm.
but I
Hmm.
like it. If one goes down, which it would likely not be Andrews, I'll switch over and use that, or vice versa if I need, just
Hmm.
depending. Or if the client says I didn't get it, I'll just switch over and use the other CRM, and it tends to fix the problem
So now your clientele's building up. You're there.
a little bit.
What's what's more of your situation, commercial or residential?
Oh, I would say probably it's coincidentally it's commercial. Uh, I don't know why, other than I haven't gotten out and done a lot of door hanging, talking with people, which is probably my number one skill. Uh, I feel like because when I'm doing live stuff or anything online, I'm usually not entirely myself, like my personality, because my personality is rambunctious, it's wild, and this and blah, 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 blah. So that's why I like to be face to face and talk with people. And mostly commercial, I'd say. I
Yeah.
have if I'm cleaning out my storage unit, which is what I was doing today, and getting it over to my new one, I had a 10 by 25. Yeah, 10 by 25, and it's filled with one clean out. I did an estate clean out, a unique situation for a friend's mom. She said, we're downsizing, 55 plus community over in Lincoln. And she said, well, we don't have a lot of money, but we need to get out. We're downsizing. She goes, she has a lot of nice stuff, a lot of nice furniture. She goes, would you be interested in keeping this and, you know, making profit off it if you can, as an option to do the removal? So I was new and I thought, yeah, I think I can do that because there's some great things in there I thought I could resell. So the problem is, those things didn't sell, or still they're beautiful stuff, but some are dated. Some are just hard to sell, and they're big and hefty, like hutches and uh,
Almore's,
china
Carios,
cabinets,
Credenzas.
everything beautiful, but
So you have your storage unit filled right now, right?
it's gotten down a little bit, but I'd say 75% still full.
So how do you feel now when you get items from clients' house?
Hmm.
houses or your commercial jobs, how do
Yeah.
you feel now when you get merchandise? Are you like, okay, I can just set it over here, or are you the type of guy that just post it on like Facebook Market or right away? Like, no, I can't storage this for long times.
Nope, I do number one, and that's where my wife's like, "Stop! You can't, think that you have resale value in everything and that you're going to make top dollar and hold on to it and find the right clientele for it. That's just not how it works." So I'm learning more and more. I never used Facebook Marketplace before I started, and I only started probably like 3 months ago. So that's the way to go. I would say for
Yeah,
anybody who's watching, try to get rid of it as soon as you can. Unless you have, for me, that's my situation because I live in an apartment. I don't have, a garage. I
yeah,
don't have,
yeah.
RVs, parking or storage or anything like that. So I'm of the type that I need to get rid of it as I get it, if I
S-
can.
So, are there any like antique shops in your area?
Yeah.
Is there any thrift stores? Not the nonprofit thrift stores. Any mom and pop thrift stores, antique stores, or like consignment centers by you.
Yes, actually all three. And with that estate clean out, we were using Facebook Marketplace because my wife's super smart and she knows how to handle things. She was dealing with that part while I was loading up we had a like a U-Haul at the time. It was like a 22 footer. It was a big one. So
Yeah,
she's doing that on the side and then I'm just loading. But um, we were having people come in and take stuff because a post estate clean out sale is big and it's hefty,
yeah,
especially for like a 3 bedroom, 2 bath home. It may be a 55 plus community, but that's those are elders that have a lot of stuff that they've accumulated, be it beautiful, nice condition. But you, yeah. So
So,
we have all those boutiques, consignment, and I'm working with some of those right now, but
yes.
it's hard. It's hard.
So my next thing was that if you have these businesses, consignment centers, thrift stores, the local antique stores, everything you get and you think is worth something, you need to bring it to them. Don't call them. You need to bring it to them. If they can see it, most likely they're going to want it.
Okay.
Keep it there. They're going to keep it there on consignment until they sell it.
Yeah.
Because the more stuff we bring home, we look like a junkyard now. That storage unit piles up so big, and things these days look like they're antique, but vintage, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
just made to look like that. And if we keep all these things, that's why I tell so many people, know your local bike shops, know your pawn shops, know your consignment centers, know your antique stores, know your local thrift stores, because you can drop all this stuff off so much so quick. Oh boy, so fast.
Yeah. And you save on
Because
dump fees.
because when I come through my local thrift stores, they already know. Get out of the way, Mr. Yee's here, and he has probably 90% of goods, and they take it all for me. So soon as I get it from
And
my house, soon as I get it from my house, I
yeah.
go drop it off right away because I have an eye for items that I know will resell the way I want them to resell. That
Gotcha.
they're going to resell within a few days. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we have a annually garage sale once a year in August. And I have the best garage sale because I know what people come into our area. They don't live in our area. They come into our area for goods. And I sell all of my stuff. I have two 10 by 10 storage units. And I don't keep any furniture anymore. I just keep
Oh man.
appliances, video games, electronics, and tools. And these
Yeah.
things all sell. And get with pawn shops, get with jeweler, get with get with a local jeweler, because
Okay.
when you don't know, they buy costume jewelry, they buy it all,
Mm-hmm.
because they have an audience for everything. See, and then also, I don't know if they have flea markets in your area.
Yeah. Sacramento, I
See,
think
so
mostly.
so you may want to try a once a month flea market.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, so you buy a space, you get there at 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. with your whole truckload, and you lay everything out. And then you'd be surprised before you start, all the locals are going to know you're new. They're going to say, "Let me see what you got. I'll buy your whole trailer right now for
Yeah.
for for this much money." And you're like,
Yeah.
And you're like, for this much money, you buy everything right here I got.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll resell it.
I'll give you $500 for everything in that trailer.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Matter of fact, let me have your number. I'll call you everything I get.
Yeah.
So,
The
you know,
the downside, just to be careful on that note, is sometimes they'll offer you that little amount because they'll turn around and take it to their side of the flea market and then
yeah.
resell it for 2 or 3 times. But it's up to you. If it saves you from storage fees, then so be it. If you have a number in your head, I just need to pay, $250 for my 2 by 25 unit, and this guy's offering 500. I've already paid for the unit and maybe another month, or use the 250 for something else.
And remember, you've already charged someone to remove
Mhm.
all that.
Right.
So you didn't pay for any of that. You worked for it.
Yeah.
Yes, you worked for it. But you've already charged somebody for, so it's all profit anyways, because I'm not bringing jewelry there. I have so much jewelry. I don't even sell my jewelry.
Really?
I have so much jewelry, so much silver bullion, so many coins. I have coins from the Roman area, from before Christ. I have so many coins collections now. I have so much jewelry. I don't even sell it because I wait and build it and build it and build it and build it until I want to melt it all down.
Oh, you're doing
And
that.
and then if I want to make a bigger purchase, or if I want to buy something, I can always go. Or if I want another ring, or I want to make a pinky ring, I go to my jeweler and say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you all this. I got diamonds here. I got 10 karat, 14 karat, 18 karat. I got about 15 class rings from people's houses. Like so,
You Oh, nice. I wanna
so
see what you got.
yeah. The more you get into this, the more you get the eye, because a lot of people, when you do these sale states, when you do these home clean outs, I ask all the clients all the time, are you done? Are you ready to let go? Because
Mhm.
once I come in, I'm coming in, and that's it. And a lot of times the family members are like, "Yes, Mr. E, let me just take out everything that we want. Give us a day or two, and we're going to take everything we want out." But then I already know where someone hid something, or someone put something away, or someone did this, and I find it. And a lot of times people ask me, "Hey, in the clean out, if you find my mom's wedding ring, or if you find my mom's documents, or if I'll return it. I'll return it." But a lot of times we find so much jewelry that people think they're fake, or people don't think they're real. Then I bring it to my jeweler, and he's like, "Nah, this is real, bro. This is bro. This is real. This is
Oh,
tank."
got so good.
Yeah.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
And coin collections from the Roman area, and it's just, I did apartment clean out. I found a 1927 Babe Ruth card that
No,
my guys were stepping on, and I'm like, yo, you didn't see this on the floor. They're like, no. And it just, you
where's that
know,
at? Do you have it?
yeah, I still have. Oh yeah, I have a huge baseball card collection, and I get so many things. It's just a blessing, and it's just like
Yeah.
I bless people with so many things also. And today I did a storage clean out. Today I did a storage clean out in my local area, and I didn't even bring this storage unit, any of my cards. I did the manager's house, and
Oh,
now she works there every day, a good 5 6 days a week, and she refers me to everybody.
oh, yeah, it happens a lot. It happens more than you think.
So that's why it's so important to go in your area and campaign to every local business.
Yeah,
It just doesn't have to be a realtor. It doesn't have to be, a apartment
right.
complex. Go to your local stores. Go to the smoke shops. Go to the bakeries. Go to Safeway. Say, hey, can I talk to the manager? Okay, yeah. Go let them know what you're doing. See, I could take all those pallets back there. I could take the
Mhm,
cardboard if you want. I could take this. I could take, if someone does illegal dumping, I could there.
mhm.
And it's just how you interact with people. If people feel that connection, that chemistry, they won't even worry about their vendors list. They'll put you right on top. There you go. There
Isn't
you
that
go. And then also, you can go to these, like you say, you have a 55 plus community, right?
Yeah,
So every year they offer Christmas tree pickup. So
I thought about that.
you go to the senior citizen complexes, and you say, "Hey, I offer Christmas tree pickup like January 5th. I'll roll through the whole 100 mobile homes, 100 units that you guys have, and I'll pick up everybody's Christmas tree
Mhm.
for, like, you know what I mean? $15, $5 for reefs, and I'll pick them all up. And don't worry, I'll recycle them. You know what I mean? At the
Yeah.
local landfills, no
Yep.
problem, because green waste is a lot cheaper than garbage or trash.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you have to make these propositions and these offers to these people, and they're see you like, oh, you do Christmas tree? Because yeah, my guys, some areas don't pick up Christmas trees. So
We have Boy Scouts in our area because I
yeah,
want
oh
to do
yeah,
that. Yeah, we
yeah,
have the Boy Scouts. They
mm-hmm,
come and do that even in my
mm-hmm,
complex where we live. But
yeah,
I could
yeah.
offer that in those 55 plus communities. I mean, they're
Well,
vast. So
Are in your complex you're living? Are you talking to the manager and say I could do valet garbage pickup for everybody here?
yeah, I went and had a full conversation with my property manager, and I what I did is I found out who our valet trash people were. I
Yeah,
spoke with one of the employees. I got the employee to come out with me to my workout group, F3. We
yeah,
work out at 5:15 in the morning, so you can imagine how that conversation went,
yeah,
to get him to come out to the workout. But he was giving me all the insight, which I didn't even know we had valet trash pickup.
yeah,
I thought it was the
yeah.
city.
Mm-mm.
So valet trash, they charge anywhere from like 4 to 8 grand a month
Yeah.
just to make sure that the garbage levels are sustainable, because the
Mm-hmm.
apartment complexes get overage charges. So
Yeah.
they just pack it down, or they'll transfer it, or take, whatever people leave behind, which over here, they leave everything behind.
Yeah.
Couches, anything, because they're moving out, they don't have to pay to have it, taken away. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that, but I tried to have that conversation, and that's a future plan.
Yeah. So we got JB hauling and junk removal right here saying what's up to junk bunk. You know what I
JB,
mean?
he's hey,
Yeah.
that guy is the man. I just saw JB posted a photo of him in his legitimate junk removal, man, how do you say it? It's his ethos. Like, if you've seen his logo, he's got this superpower Superman on
Yeah.
there, and I was like, all
Yeah.
right, that's cool.
Yeah.
I seen the post later on, and I was like, "Oh, he's about it." Because
Yeah.
everybody can make a logo that just it's easy, like, has a superhero or something, but he actually has the entire, and he has JB Hauling across it. I thought that was
Yeah.
cool.
He's what's up
Shout
with
out
my
to that guy. That guy is
that's
awesome, and
that's
he has a lot of followers. He does really well over in Sacramento.
yeah, well, he's in a big pond and there's a lot of sharks in that big lagoon that he's in. But luckily, he's not getting his feet wet because he's already an alligator in
Yeah,
that
he is.
in
He is.
that water. And I mean,
Mhm.
he supports the movement, and he posts a lot, and you know what I mean. I hope that I kind of influenced him, and you know what I mean, showed him the power of social media. And there's a lot more people out here posting different now. And if you ever see my postings, I don't even talk because my work shows everything that I do,
Yeah.
because we only have a few seconds to catch people's attention. And that's just it. And especially with social media, somebody has to see your post constant 25 times
Yeah.
before they build that courage up to make that call. But once they see that, once they click on your post or just stop on your post, they don't have to click on it. Once they stop scrolling on, and they look at your post for a few seconds, 1 or 2 seconds, Meta already knows their algorithm now. Now Meta's going to keep on showing them, keep on showing them, keep on, and you're going to end up getting a call and say, "Hey, man, I seen your, and that's just a black. If anybody needs help with, Facebook ads, Facebook manager, I work with Blake Short over there at Top Dog Digital, and you guys can reach out to Blake Short. He was a speaker at the Junk Expo, good dude, and me and him work together on the you know what I mean, on the Facebook ads, and he runs my situation with my CRM and everything, and the leads, and top notch, second to none.
Wow.
I recommend you guys reach out to Blake Short over there at Top Dog Digital. You can find him on Instagram, on Facebook, or just you can email him. You know what I mean? And it's just a blessing. The more and more I'm in this business, the more and more people reach out to me, and I've been working with so many people now that it's just a blessing, and the phone is just going off, and we're staying steady, like if my first name was Eddie. You know what I
Hey,
mean? And
props,
you,
man. Props to all your everything you're doing. I mean, I'm learning right now as you're talking, because
yeah,
I'm a newbie. So
yeah,
if you didn't hear me say it earlier, oh, I've been official for like a year, and
yeah,
it ain't easy, which is why I started another side business, Sports Punks. But guys like you, JB Halling, I linked up with Dylan from All American Junk Removal through the Chamber here in
yeah.
Roseville. Another
Hmm.
great guy. So him and JB Halling are doing amazing work, helping people out during
Yeah.
the holidays.
I recommend that, if you can, I mean, reach out to influencers like us and, your other guys. And if they give you love, those are the guys who you're supposed to be talking to and networking with. And, you can collab with each other. But you know what I mean? Everything has to come together, and you guys got to come together like Legos, and you can stack that money like Egos. You know what I'm talking about? And but it's just it's a blessing. So where's Junk Punk, with junk removal looking for now in the future? Where's Junk Punk want to go?
Oh, Junk Punk. So I, to be honest, I'm going to be honest with everybody. I like to keep it all the nuts and bolts pretty tight knit. So I don't like sharing a whole bunch because what I can say is I'm trying to build a punk universe, I guess, which kind of is its own ecosystem, and it's definitely different from I would guess what most people think when they think about junk hauling, which is the core of the business and will always be the core, at least for a little while, of junk punk. But we're branding out like because I'm an artist, so there's porch punks, and then that evolves into if we're decorating people's porches with elements, we're doing Christmas, we're doing Valentine's Day, we're doing uh, porch pranks, we're doing all these interesting things, and then the resale aspect, and then we're doing a little bit of media, and then so what they'll do is they'll all just kind of help feed the whole junk punk ecosystem. So
So
that's the plan.
so so these paths that you want to go into, is it all because of junk removal?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, junk removal is the stepping stone, um, and it will always be like the epicenter of junk punk because that's where that's where I think the symbiotic relationship comes from when you do something for somebody and you de-stress their lives, it makes you feel wonderful inside. And then, like, if we're going back to talking about, me being a recovered alcoholic, which I am, um, you were speaking about, hey, well, there's another avenue for you there too in junk removal. You'd be surprised to see how many, you know, people need your help. So that would be part of the junk punk ecosystem and
Yeah.
recovery, and give them a job, with junk removal. I I love to create. I love to think so much, and it's not just junk removal. It can be anything you want it to be. And I implore anybody that's watching, um, build on it. Junk removal will be there, but we have our slow seasons. So take some time, use Chat GPT, get inspired, ask them, hey, start building a relationship with it. It'll start to understand you, and then ask it, hey, this is what I do. I'm an artist, so how can I help in other ways? And just come up with a little storybook, a blueprint, and I create things here and I put them in docs in my phone, and I'm just saving it as kind of the master plan of junk punk. And there's a lot there, but basically in the future we want to set up something larger than just junk removal.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a lot of goals for the future, and I think you could do a lot. I think you could. I believe, me and my wife, we believe, and I help out a lot of people. When I go to a lot of people's houses and I see their situation, I sometimes I have no choice but to help them.
Yeah,
My Lord has sent me here to help you, and He sent me here to serve the community. And
yeah,
sometimes it's not about money. So I help a lot of my clients because I get so much in return. Like, I'll be sure, I shit you not. I'll do a job for a dang there nothing, and then a few hours later, my phone will go off so many times.
yeah,
Go off with so many times, and I tell my wife, "You see, It's just a blessing that we help people who need our help, and we get so much in return. And
Yeah.
it's just a blessing. And how are how are you doing with your Google reviews?
I probably have like 10, I think.
Okay,
I think I
okay.
have 10 reviews. I
10 is
was
better than nothing.
Hey, so I was just watching Louis Vanderbilt talk through Andrew Thompson's if you bought into autopilot, you
Yeah, the
have these
group.
courses that are
Hmm.
available. For anybody that doesn't know, it was something he offered at the launch of autopilot. You get in $50 a month and he'll give you classes and exposure to all these resources. So I was learning earlier just before we got on here about SEO, because I know he was at the Junk convention, and I didn't get to go, but I was holy cow. I'm like, and he was talking about GMB, and it's really clear cut how to enhance. There's so many different aspects. It's mind blowing, but they're going to cover it for the next umpteen weeks, and I can't wait to
Hmm.
see what it's about. But
You
to
know,
answer your question, that's me. I'm young, I'm little, I'm small, but Junk Punk has grand ideas, and I just need to
yeah,
keep my
yeah.
head focused, stay away from the alcohol and the drugs, and know who my audience is and who I'm working for.
Yeah,
My
well,
family and the people who need Junk Punk help.
you're not a young lad anymore, and you know what I mean. You learned a lot, enough lessons in life. We all learn lessons, but we don't want to learn those kind of lessons anymore.
Not anymore,
We
man.
not anymore. It's not worth it. We have too much to lose, and we need to be those role models, those mentors, those inspirers. And you have a seed that you want to show this business, and hey, you can get money. You can get money doing this too, because I'll tell you right now, home service businesses in 2026 are going to take off even more. They're going to explode because you have a new generation that is just relies on everything with their cell phone. You can pull up to Walmart and drive in the back, and their groceries are being brought to you. They're brought to your house, and people are
Yeah.
just it's just near me, junk removal near me, this that. But that's all with SEO, and I'm very big on SEO myself, and
Okay.
that's why I work with William over there at Rank Fortress, and we're very big on SEO, but a lot of it is the GMB and updating it, and posting and putting the right kind of post that is structured for Google,
Yeah.
but it attracts clients'
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
So that's the structure that we want to get into. I'm not really there yet with the chat GBT and the AIs where I believe it so much yet,
Yeah.
because there's not a lot of people looking for junk removal on chat GBT.
Right. I just get my ideas from there.
Yeah, junk removal is one of the most boringest businesses in the world. No one's going on Facebook or Instagram and looking for junk removal like that. They just see it
Yeah.
because people like you are so good with your Instagram post. It catches their attention, their attention. And you guys can reach out to Reiner right here at Junk Punk. He
Yep.
he he does some good posts. Make sure you guys visit his Instagram. Let him know the Instagram.
Oh yeah. So it's Junk Punk underscore let us punk your junk. That's the slogan. Here, I'll turn around real quick so you can see. Boom. So you can see it.
There you go. You
Yeah.
guys go. You guys go support him. Make sure you guys subscribe and like his channel and support the movement. And he's one of our junk brothers. Him and Kenzie. You know what I mean. She's the other half, and she's getting busy. She'll be home later. She'll watch this episode later on. And
Yes,
there's
it
nothing but
will.
love. There's nothing but love for you. And I wish you were here, because people love when they get to see the Yeeeee and talk to the Yeeeee. And you'd be surprised. You'll be saying this later on in life. Yeeeee. You know, I go to my landfill. At my local landfill, they all tell me when I pull in, I pull out. Yeeeee, yeeeee. And you know, at my parents' house, we all have dinner. Yeeeee, everybody, Mr. Yeeeee. They don't even say my name anymore. You know what I
Is
mean? And
that
it's
is
just,
that but that's who you built.
that's a
That's
that's a brand.
yeah.
I built that brand,
Yeah.
and now Mr. Yeeeee is interviewing you.
Yes.
And this brand, this is not really No Limit Hauling and Junk Removal. This is Mr. Yeeeee.
I love
So
Yeeeee.
that's a brand that I built, and I was gifted to be this voice. And I'm so good at it that I reach out to a lot of people because I'm just like you. I'm not above you. I'm not behind you. I'm on a side with you. And when people meet me and I say, this is why I interview all my brothers and sisters, because I give everybody their flowers. And that's just what it's about. We all got to start somewhere. Not everybody wants to, be this big multi-million-dollar business. Not everybody wants these problems, or a lot of us aren't, young like that, where we don't have to, we don't, we have real bills. We have real,
Mm.
we have real situations that we got to take care of. And when you see a lot of these young entrepreneurs on social media, sometimes, you know what I mean, it's what they want you to see. But you know what I mean, not everybody can just, you know do I tell myself, should I started this business 15 years ago? Yes. You know what I mean? But who knows what it was 15 years ago like that. But we're here now, and my brother, thank you so much for being on the show. you know
Thank you.
you know
Thank
it's
you. I had a blast.
it's
Learned a lot too. I got to think about everything you're saying. I couldn't write it down, but whatever I can keep in here, when we get off here, I'm already just gonna be like, I got to go write it down real quick because
That's why I didn't give you any kind of a script. There's no scripts. I don't read any paperwork. This all comes from my brain because,
the
you know,
best.
I'm just gifted like that, where I can keep so much in my head. I
I
keep too
mean,
much in my head. That's why, that's why I have so much content. People are like, how do you put so much content out every day? You put
yeah,
Instagram videos out every day. And I'm like, because my wife, she sees me when I wake up in the morning, I edit. When I wake up in the morning, I'm putting it together. When I come home after work and I did 4 or 5 jobs, I'm editing. I'm getting all my videos ready. I'm getting them ready on all my apps I use. I'm editing them. Then in the morning, I'm getting my coffee. I'm not the guy who starts at 6 a.m. I'm not that guy. I like to relax. I like to get up, still in my robe. My wife makes my coffee, and I go downstairs and pour my cup, and I pick up my phone and I start posting where I need people to see me.
yeah.
And then I get my day ready. I like my first job to be at like 10 or 9 or 10 a.m. That's it. That's it. I do not like starting at 6 a.m. because I'm just
Okay.
my my back, my shoulders. I wake up
Yeah.
because I'm still an owner operator. And that's just it. We're working on goals to trust my guys who I employ with a little bit more trust, and to take the vehicles out and say, here, we have 3 jobs today, go handle this.
Yeah.
So that's just it's coming. And there's stages to learning this, and I'm still learning. And just a normal guy, just happens to be one of the voices in junk removal.
Yeah.
You
You're a
know what I
big voice,
mean?
man. I mean, I'm a fan. I'm already a fan, and I thank you so much for just letting me come on and just talk and
Yeah,
learn. I think it's better that I learned because, well, I'm only a year in, so
it's okay.
everything I can get, I'm taking note of for sure.
We were all there, and it's nothing but love, my brother. With that, we're gonna call it a show, but hang on, so don't hang up. We're gonna
Okay.
stop this, but I'm gonna talk to you for after the show. But everybody, make sure you guys go to Junk Punk at Instagram. And do you have any other social media, Facebook or anything like that?
We have Facebook, and it's I think it's just Junk Punk. There's no underscore, so
Okay.
we're mostly on Instagram because
I
that's where
think
I design everything.
I think your Junk Punk maybe is a different logo on Facebook.
It's the same logo, but I think it's
Okay.
just Junk Punk. I
Yeah,
think.
I think it's just Junk Punk, because I tried to tag you a couple of times, but I wasn't sure, so I was like, I don't want to tag the wrong person. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
with that said, make sure you guys like, subscribe, support the movement. You can catch me on my social media, Facebook, No Limit Hauling and Junk Removal. You guys can catch me on my government name, Rudy Uribe. On my Facebook, you guys can catch me on Instagram, No Limit Hauling and Junk Removal. You guys can catch me on TikTok, No Limit Hauling, and of course, you guys can catch me all over YouTube, because this is what I bring you guys. And the Yeeeee is back. It's been a while since I did a video, and I had a local guy on the show. Northern California is in the house. And JB, I'll probably get you on the show next. I know you're probably listening, and I would love to. I've already talked to JB about getting on the show. JB,
JB.
yeah, JB's just told me, you tell me when to go. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
we'll get JB on the show and get some more people in. With that said, you guys have a good night. Support the movement. And thank you, Junk Punk. Thank you, Reiner. It's all love, my brother. Stick around. Hang on.
Bye, guys.